Mile High Salute, Mile High Salute. You know what's up. You know what time it is. You know where you at. You at Sevlo Sootails 2.0. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to it before I start it. I'm not promoting gang life, gang culture. I'm just telling a testimony, giving life experiences, shining some light on the Denver Metro. So with that being said, let's get to this. So I went into my YouTube studios, and one thing about YouTube studios, it's always going to tell you about comments from videos. You get all the comments. There's no skipping over comments, because sometimes with YouTube, you won't get the notification that somebody commented on some of the videos. And I got multiple recommended videos on YouTube studios that I didn't catch. Now, there was a handful that I can't do. Sorry to you guys, man. There was some food that asked about the biker gangs. I don't really know the politics on that. And then there was a couple of fools that asked about different neighborhoods I ain't really heard of, you know. So sorry about that. Maybe next requested video I can do, but I don't really know too much about them questions. But there was a handful that I seen, and one caught my eye, and it was from the homie Snubs, longtime sub. He had came across my Odie videos talking about the Odies, and then the situation with when I got into it with the Odie fool, with the young homie, and the Odies came out on that fool, and then I had to creep up and take off on homie because that fool had the pistol. It was all bad, bro. But he asked me if I had any personal stories about the CHI30s. Now, I don't know if he was asking if I had any beef with the chickies, or he was just asking me if I have any stories. First and foremost, nah, I don't have no beef with the chickies. And two, I don't know if he was asking about the whole chickie gang or just the CHI30 Crips, or the fools that don't bang crippin' when it comes to CHI30s, because, you know, they're separated. So they're separated to a point, bro. I've actually seen them on the yard not mess with each other. I seen the fools that don't bang crip, a lot of us, and they kind of do their own thing. And I seen them, you know, there was always like this stigma. They kind of ride with other cars like the Paisas. And yes, I seen that also. And then I seen the CHI30 Crips. The ones I know, the solid ones, keep it 100% just crippin'. And they push their line, you know, so respect to them fools. And I ain't really seen too much of them fools from CHI30 Crip really go there's the separate way when it comes to the car. You know, they always keep it crippin'. And plus, you know, if anybody really was to trip with them fools, and if they're solid, the east side is going to get involved off top. You just can't push your weight and try to trip with them fools. The other individuals that bang chickie that are not Crips, they kind of have, when the Odies started chilling with the Sureños, that was like a target on their back. So they were pushing the corner, you know. So that's that. Never had beef with any of them fools. Those were the homies, especially the Rapo block fools. Those were the homies because they're east side babies all the way. And they started beefing with the Odies, like everybody knows. And we all went through the same struggle because 97% of them fools is Mexicano, right? And then we have Mexicano homies. So we all go through the same struggle as Mexican Crips, or whatever you want to say, all riding for the revolution. Plus, the fools that they beef with, the Odies, when they started beefing with the chickies, everybody kind of took that domino effect. And especially if you was Mexicano, the Odies was tripping, you know what I'm saying? Just to be 100. So we kind of had mutual static because of them fools. Now, I had told a story about the OGCs and all of us clicking up. Well, the OGCs got cousins that are chickies. So it would be common that a handful of the chickies would be there too. And we all we riding together, you know, we would all be chilling together, partying. A couple of times we tripped off of fools, went to some parties. And one of their homies beat up some red rag food, just different things, you know what I'm saying? So it was always like we had the same mutual static. So I'm gonna give some dues to some respected chickies that I know, some of the homies like that I build relationships with in the penitentiary, outside in the streets. First one, I gotta say, the homie J-Loke. That's my rider, homie. Native Spanish food, putting it down, homie, pushing the line. And he had a lot of respect on yards that anybody that came in that was Mexicano, he kind of had, you know what I'm saying? He kind of had the leadership where he had, if you want to say, the keys for them fools, and he would keep them in line like he was pushing the line, getting bread. So one story I have with that fool, I was coming back from Adams County. I was coming back from DOC to Adams County to get some time ran concurrent. I had another case when I was in prison, and I had to get this small case ran concurrent. So they sent me all the way back to Adams County. And sure enough, when I pull up to the pod that J-Lo's in there. And we're chilling, you know what I'm saying? Like off top. And he has a couple other homies. And he breaks bread, bro. And he's just showing love. Wow. I'm not going to say the Park Hill fool's name that was in there, but there was a fool in there. And he didn't like, I don't know if he didn't like Mexicanos or he didn't like fools pushing Crip, but he was bitter beer face. And if you know, Rat is in his name. So put it together. Park Hill, there's his name, you know. It's part, there's actually, his name is part Rat. Put it together. So there's another Mexican blood in there too, and he's just not really on no time, but they don't even mess with each other. So I knew this fool was kind of on some racial thing from the get-go. He's not even messing with the Mexican blood fool in there. He's messing with the other black fools. And so we're in there, and one day, there's no gangbanging really going on. J-Lo kind of runs it down like, yeah, that fool's from Park Hill. I said, what's up with that dude? Because he just kind of, his bitter beer face, he was always mad, didn't really talk to anybody besides the black fools. And he's like, yeah, that fool's, he a dog moo. But I already had to let that fool know what's up. J-Lo tells me this. So me and this fool was functioning one day in the pod, and I hear a loud-ass conversation. And I start hearing, and it's some gangbanging conversation. In Adams County, you can knock on the doors, but I hear, blood, go get blood, whoopty whoop. And he's getting loud, homie, in the pod. And then it kind of starts irritating me. And then I'm like, where's that coming from? And it's coming from in our pod. Well, Adams County, you get messages through the door. So I come out, and he's at the door on top of the tier. And I come out, and he's talking. And sure enough, I was like, hey, homie, you don't know we lokes, bro? And that fool was like, huh? And I said, yeah, this is Crippin'. What's up, bro? Why you gangbanging? And he kind of gives a dirty look and goes into his cell, and he says something. So I go up off top, and I go into the cell, and that fool kind of gets scared. And sure enough, J-Lo is right there behind me. I didn't even say anything to J-Lo. That fool was just, it was go time. And we used to call it the East Side Coaster, the East Side Roller Coaster. So I get to pressing homie like, ain't gonna be none of that shit. And he's like, I'm just trying to go home, bro. I'm not even tripping. I say, yeah, keep that shit down. But J-Lo was like, yeah, homie, that's what's up. Like, he was right there. That was my loc right there, bro. So we go to Ben County, and I actually end up doing time with J-Lo in Ben County, and he's whooping fools, bro. That fool's beating fools up. There's fools that came on the yard and they owed him money, homie, gets to whooping fools. That's the first CHI30. Shout out to the homie J-Lo. Another one of the homies is the homie Cack Up, homie. That's my rider. So I pull up to the yard, bro, and Cack Up, if you know, his arm is all messed up, but he actually has a knocker. He used to box, and his girl stabbed up his arm, so he had like some bad tendons, but he was still getting it in. And one thing about Cack Up, he fought, homie. That was his get down. That's what he did. He was always just fighting, right? Even though his arm. And I remember always seeing this fool training. I pull up. Well, there's an OGC fool up there that's his homie, and they're bestest friends. So we're all in the same car, right? And I remember this like it was yesterday, homie. Cack Up gets to tripping with some Red Rag. The Red Rag knows him from the streets. He don't want no beef. He takes the fool for his little shit. Cack Up end up leaving, and he tells, this is the crazy part, bro. He tells the other lokes he's given his life to God, right? He don't want to gangbang no more. So the lokes were kind of mad, but it was because he was going to get time knocked off his sentence. So he leaves, he comes back, and they don't give him no time knocked off his sentence. So Cack Up said, hey, I don't care about nothing. I'm back to gangbanging, cuz. While the other lokes, they were pissed because he said he had let gangbanging go, right? So they try to violate this fool, bro. Like I said, Cack Up had knockers, bro. That fool was a beast with their hands. They sent some fools that were from the Springs that was Crips. And they go in, two of them fools, and cack them into sliding them fools. Bink, 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 bink. He knocks them fools out, bro. They did not see homie with the hands. They didn't even know homie had mixers like that. But everybody knew this, right? They send the wrong ones. So the lokes, they get pissed, bro. They want to violate him again because he didn't really get the violation. So they call him out. They set up the face session. Kako gets the best. Then they just backed up off Kako, like, nah, bro, it's all good. While Kako, in his mind now, he's activated, bro. This fool's activated. And I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. There was some Odie fools that hit the Bank County facility. Kako was pressing everybody. If you was an Odie, he was pressing you, bro. He wanted the static. And a lot of them fools, they turned down on it. They turned down on it, homie. Like, they didn't want to trip. One time there was this fool, and I'm not going to say his name. He seen him, and Kako walked up on three of them fools, and there was some Sudanos right there. And I said, oh, I got to ride. So I actually behind Kako, and Kako's telling this fool, like, yeah, whoop-de-woo, F your hood, yo dead homies. Let's go to the south. Nah, bro, we doing time. So he had them fools on spook mode. Then went to Lyman, and they got into a thing in Lyman. He fired off on one of them fools. They got to bang it. Boom, boom, boom. So that's my rider, man. Shout out to Kako. That's the homie. Last but not least, it was the homie Big T. He a rider from Chickies. Went to a party in Montbello, bro, and he set off the whole party. Bing, bing, bing. We took their whole liquor and said, this is our liquor, and took the pool table. We didn't know who they were, and sure enough, I don't even know who it is he's tripping with, but he just fires off. Boom, 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 boom. Mashed this fool out, bro. Yeah, that was the homie T. Shout out to them fools, bro. There was some solid homies from their shit, you know, and they kept it 10 toes down, always putting it down for their shit. So mile high salute to them fools. You know what it is. Let's go.